Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm painting the Marquis from Zombicide Green Horde. Hey everybody, hope everybody's well. Today I'm painting the Marquis, and I started off with the Grey Wolf or Wolf Grey primer from Army Painter. And then I start off with a nice contrast color called Aethermatic Blue. And this is actually for all his clothing, pretty much actually. Because I noticed he had a nice light blue, and I wanted to try a contrast on the Wolf Grey primer. And this one actually turns out really nice, and I actually don't highlight this one at all. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell, guys. Alright, so we're moving on to Cobalt Skin from the Army Painter's War Paints. And of course, this is for his skin. So he has this little touch of skin on his hand that you can see through his sword. And then you have his hand and his face. Alright, then I use Alien Purple from the Army Painter. And yes, it might sound weird to have alien colors on a medieval character. I found this was the most royal looking purple I could find. Now he seems to have a little bit more purple on his artwork than what I actually put on. But I couldn't figure out the spot exactly because the sculpt is a little different. Alright, now we're using a Vallejo's color, black, and this is for his boots, his nice afro, and all the strappings of his belts, and his sword hilts, I believe I do as well. Sorry, I should say this, sword sheaths, you know, the things you put the swords in. This is where I noticed I actually forgot to put some alien purple around his collar, so I actually just finished that off as well here. Alright, moving on to some Bleached Skull, which is a D&D's marvelous pigments paint set. I can't remember if it's Underdark or Undead. Probably Undead. Anyways, so I use this on like his shirt sleeves. And also I do a little bit of a trim underneath his robes. And I also do this horn that he has. It looks almost like the Horn of Gondor. Moving on to Evil Chrome from the Metallics Colors paint set. It's an actual paint set. This is just for the tips of his boots. Those were like a darker armored color, so I decided to use that there. And then I move on to a Fire Lizard, which I thought was a nice orangey color. And this is also for another part of the sleeves of his clothing. And also another trim around the bottom of his skirt. Alright, so I use a little bit of bright gold now from the Zombicide Black Plague paint set. And this is going to be for the sword hilts, so what he's the handles. Also for some of his jewelry, some of the buckles, but mostly just the sword tips, as well as the where his sheaths are as well. I'm going to do the tips of those as well with that. And then using another paint, a metallics paint from the Metallics Colors paint set from the Army Painter is Gemstone. And this is just like for this little tiny handle on his sword. It had this nice metallic red to it. And also the hilts of his daggers. I do this in metallic red, which is it shows up on the artwork. And some Claymore Blade now for his sword, which is from the Zombicide Black Plague paint set. And these paint sets are amazing, and supposedly if you're just starting off to paint, these paint sets are perfect to just start, and supposedly they're able to paint the entire miniature collection of that board game. So now, as you can see, I used a light tone on the lighter colors and a little bit on his boots. This brings some more to highlighting a bit. And so I was saying, those paint sets supposedly by Army Painter, like if you buy the Black Plague one, you could paint the entire Black Plague Zombicide game with just that paint set. Alright, so I'm going to partially finish off the base with some Commando Green from the Army Painter. And I'm actually going to finish the base off with some Agrelin Earth, I believe it's called. It's a technical paint by Citadel. Do a couple dry brushes, some washes, and you'll see it in the picture at the end. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy.